These timeless machines are more than just modes of transportation. They are moving pieces of art, symbols of innovation, and milestones in the evolution of automotive design. Join me for 15 of the most remarkable vintage cars. Starting with number 15, the 1962 Ferrari 250 GTE police car. In Rome, 1962, the vibrant cityscape unfolds, far removed from the cinematic romance of a Vespa tour. Amidst the traffic clamor, cooking aromas, and bustling markets, that seemingly sweet life, but beneath the surface, a world of vice, violence, and theft thrives. Italy's economic boom in the late 1950s emboldens criminals, leading to daring armored car heists and brazen bank robberies. Italian National Police Chief Angelo Vicari desperately tried to combat this surge. He turns to Brigadier Armando Spatafora of the Mobile Squad. Known for numerous arrests and a swift rise in rank, Spatafora, nicknamed the Lynx for his prowess behind the wheel of a Mobile Squad Alfa Romeo 1900, became a legend in modern Rome. Stories vary, one portraying him and his Ferrari tackling organized crime, another suggesting President Giovanni Gronchi presented the Ferrari as a gift. Enzo Ferrari, responding to official requests, provide two 250 GTEs to the police. Despite one crashing, the surviving Ferrari, with its Colombo V12 engine producing 237 horsepower, proves capable of chasing down the criminals. Spatafora, selected from the Mobile Squad's best officers, showcases his driving skills during a testing at Maranello. Despite Enzo offering him a spot on the racing team, Spatafora chooses to remain a crime fighter. In the summer of 1962, Spatafora patrols Rome in the black 250 GTE adorned with a leaping panther, symbolizing the mobile force. This Ferrari served until 1967, transitioning to a higher-speed courier for blood donations until its retirement in 1968. It was sold at auction, and it finds preservation with the Capelli family, car collectors who reunited Spatafora with the Ferrari in 1984. Despite Spatafora's untimely death in '86, the Panther Ferrari, with original lights and sirens, remains well preserved, showcased at various events including the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance and Rome's Police Vehicle Museum. Number 14, the 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback. So there are countless iterations of the Ford Mustang, but this one remains one of the most timeless. The 1967 Ford Mustang is a gorgeous American muscle car and part of the first-generation Mustang lineup. It played a significant role in shaping the pony car segment. It's manufactured in response to the demand for compact, sporty cars in the 1960s. The Mustang Fastback aimed to combine performance with a sleek design. Ford introduced the Mustang in 1964, capturing attention with its affordable price and customizable options. The Fastback variant, introduced in '65, added a distinctive roofline that contributed to its popularity. The design featured a sloping aerodynamic roof, giving the car a sportier appearance compared to its coupe and convertible counterparts. Under the hood, the '67 Mustang Fastback offered various engine options to cater to diverse preferences. The base model came equipped with a 200 cubic inch inline-six engine, while performance enthusiasts could opt for a range of V8 engines, including the potent 390 cubic inch V8. This variety allowed buyers to tailor their Mustang to their desired level of power and speed. In terms of performance, the '67 Mustang Fastback had a respectable acceleration and top speed. The specific speed varied depending on the chosen engine configuration though. For example, the 390 V8 powered variant could reach around 120 miles an hour. What made the '67 Ford Mustang Fastback famous and memorable was its combination of style, performance, and affordability. And all of the folks out there of a certain age may recognize the Fastback as it burns rubber in the 1967 classic Bullitt. Number 13, 1935 Duesenberg SJ Speedster. So back in the day, one American actor defined a certain type of coolness that is yet to be washed away, Gary Cooper. And his wheels of choice? Well, the 1935 Duesenberg SJ Speedster. This was introduced for better or worse during the Great Depression, marked by a significant but challenging period in automotive history. The debut of this luxury car by Duesenberg, an American luxury automobile manufacturer, coincided with the aftermath of the 1929 stock market crash. Duesenberg became known for its high-end and high-performance-oriented vehicles, especially while choosing to face the economic downturn head-on by launching the SJ Speedster. The car featured an Art Deco-inspired design that combined elegance with aerodynamics. The sleek body and stylish detailing contributed to that appearance, making it notable even amidst economic hardship. Under the hood, the SJ Speedster had a supercharged 6.8-liter straight-8 engine. This engine, combined with the lightweight design of the car, enabled impressive speeds for its time. The SJ Speedster could reach top speeds of around 140 miles an hour, setting a benchmark in performance during the 1930s. Despite its technical achievements, the Duesenberg SJ Speedster did face challenges in the market due to economic conditions of the era. The Great Depression impacted consumer spending on luxury items, affecting the reception of high-priced cars like this one. The exclusivity of the model, however, garnered attention from notable individuals like the aforementioned Gary Cooper. The car became so popular amongst the wealthiest of the day that even Al Capone drove one. Number 12. The 1963 Porsche 356. The Porsche 356, a pivotal model in Porsche's history, marked the evolution of the iconic 356 series. Debuting as the successor to the original 356, this model played a critical role in solidifying Porsche's reputation for producing high-performance sports cars. Now, history-wise, it was part of the ongoing refinement and development of that series, which began in the late 1940s. Porsche aimed to maintain the core elements that define this series while incorporating modern updates to meet evolving automotive standards. The 356 retained that characteristic Porsche aesthetic, featuring a streamlined and aerodynamic silhouette. It reflected the brand's commitment to a functional yet stylish design. Under its rear hood, it housed a flat-4 engine, a hallmark of the 356 series. The engine variations offered different horsepower options, providing buyers with some choices based on their performance preferences. And in terms of performance and responsiveness on the road, its lightweight design and rear-engine layout facilitated nimble handling. Depending on the specific model and config, the top speeds range from 90 to 130 miles an hour. Porsche designers opted to construct the air-cooled pushrod overhead valve flat-4 of the 356 using the original engine case designed for the Volkswagen Beetle. This involved incorporating new components such as cylinder heads, camshafts, crankshaft, intake, and exhaust manifolds, along with the use of dual carburetors, resulting in a power output of about 70 horsepower. Number 11. 1963 Corvette Stingray. Oh, I love this one. The 1963 Corvette Stingray emerged from the convergence of two GM projects, the Q Corvette and Bill Mitchell's racing Stingray. The 1957 Q Corvette envisioned a coupe-only model with advanced features like a rear transaxle, independent rear suspension, and inboard four-wheel disc brakes. On the other front, Zora Arkus Duntov explored mid- and rear-engine designs with the Serve 1 concept in 1959, leading to a brief consideration of a rear-engine Corvette. By the fall of 1959, elements from both the Q Corvette and the Stingray Special Racer merged into experimental project XP720. Now, this initiative aimed to enhance passenger accommodation, luggage space, and overall ride handling in comparison to previous Corvettes. As Duntov worked on a new chassis, designers refined the racing Stingray's look for the production model. The Stingray featured a fastback body with distinctive design elements, including a raised wind split running the length of the roof. Quad hidden headlamps, a Corvette first, were mounted in rotating housings, blending seamlessly with the front end when closed. The split backlit, attributed to Bill Mitchell's inspiration from the 57 SC Bugatti Atlantique Coupe, became a distinctive feature. The interior adopted a twin-cowl Corvette dash motif with practical enhancements like a roomy glove box and improved heater. Options like power brakes and power steering reflected the market's demand for more civility in sports cars. Notably, the Z06 package, priced at $1,818, introduced special performance equipment, and only 199 Z06 Corvettes were produced in 1963. 6 of them were specifically created for Le Mans racing by Chevrolet. Number 10. The 1966 Lamborghini Miura. In 1966, Lamborghini disrupted the automotive landscape with the Miura, a groundbreaking mid-engine supercar that reshaped the performance car industry. Prior to the Miura, the norm for sports cars featured front-mounted engines, exemplified by models like the Ferrari 275 GTB and the Jaguar E-Type. While mid-mounted engines proved effective in competition race cars, this configuration had yet to make its way into production vehicles. Lamborghini's journey to the Miura began with the 1964 release of the front-engine 350 GT, marking the brand's official entry into sports cars. Intrigued by the potential of a mid-mounted engine in a road car, Lamborghini's engineers faced the challenge of fitting their existing 3.9-liter V12 longitudinally above the rear axle. The solution came in the form of a transverse-mounted mid-engine chassis, presented at the 1965 Turin Salon Auto Show. Now, despite lacking exterior panels, the concept garnered significant interest and pre-orders. Collaborating with Nuccio Bertone, Lamborghini crafted the Mura's exterior body. Designers Marcello Gandini and Bertone refined the shell, resulting in an iconic design showcased at the 1966 Geneva Motor Show. The Mura boasted a distinctive shark nose, circular headlights, and a unique eyelash encasing around the lights. The elegant body featured curvy hips, sculpted fenders, and side intakes resembling bullhorns. To accommodate that V12 engine under the shell, Lamborghini innovatively created a single aluminum casing, integrating the engine's components seamlessly. Powered by a 3.9-liter dual overhead cam V12 designed by ex-Ferrari engineer Giotto Barazzini, the Mura achieved a power output of 350 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque in the base P400 model. With only 275 first-generation Muras produced between '66 and '69, this supercar delivered an impressive performance, reaching 0 to 60 in 6.7 seconds and a top speed of 163 miles an hour. While some argue the 1965 Ford GT40 Mark I was the first mid-engine supercar, the Mura does stand out as the first purpose-built road-going vehicle in this category. Number 9. The Rolls-Royce Phantom 1. The Rolls-Royce Phantom 1, introduced in 1925 as the successor to the Silver Ghost, marked a significant shift in Rolls-Royce automotive lineage. Manufactured in both Derby, England, and Springfield, Massachusetts, the Phantom 1 featured notable differences in specifications between its English and American versions. Rolls-Royce named the new model the New Phantom to distinguish it from the previous Silver Ghost, acknowledging its stealth and quietness compared to contemporary vehicles. The New Phantom, a 40/50 horsepower model, became iconic, leading to its replacement by the Phantom II in 1929. Despite Rolls-Royce's avoidance of the term Phantom 1, enthusiasts and concourse events and owners' clubs commonly refer to it as such. The chassis of the New Phantom retained the same frame as the Silver Ghost, utilizing semi-elliptical springs for the front axle and a cantilevered spring for the rear axle. Differences between the US and the UK versions included wheelbases and transmissions. American Phantoms, including standardized bodies from Brewster & Company, offered coachwork choices from Fleetwood and various city-specific options. This flexibility allowed for a tailored selection of coachwork or a plain chassis for customization. Rolls-Royce's US factory produced New Phantoms from 1926 to 31. The US and UK models also exhibited minor differences in fuel gauge placement, lubrication systems, and manufacturing of chassis and mechanical parts. Coach builders like Barker, Park Ward, Windovers, Thrupp and Maberly, Mulliner, Hooper, Henry Binder, Kellner, and others contributed bodies for the New Phantom, showcasing a wide range of design choices. Number 8. Ford Thunderbird. The Ford Thunderbird feels as American as apple pie, harkening back to a time that some people are still trying to recreate. But that's a story for another time. This first generation of the Ford Thunderbird, a two-seat convertible produced from 1955 to 57, emerged as a distinctive response to the 1953 Motorama display at the New York Auto Show, featuring the Chevy Corvette. Unlike its competitors, the Thunderbird was dubbed a personal car of distinction by Ford, emphasizing its unique character. Serving as a departure from the bespoke roadsters of the 1930s, the Thunderbird innovatively incorporated existing components, signaling the evolution of personal luxury cars into mass-market segments in the United States. The Thunderbird made its debut at the Detroit Auto Show in 1954 and hit the market in October. Its immediate success saw 3,500 orders within the first 10 days, surpassing the planned production. The car featured a removable fiberglass top as standard, with fabric convertible top as an option. Powering the Thunderbird was Ford's 292 cubic inch overhead valve Y-block V8, and it offered a range of transmission choices too, including Ford-O-Matic automatic and manual overdrive. The Thunderbird with its standard V8 engine stood apart from the Corvette and European sports cars. In 1955, it outsold the Corvette significantly, with over 16,000 units compared to only 674 Corvettes. This two-seat convertible design endured until the introduction of the 11th generation Thunderbird in 2002. Remarkably, the German auto union 1000 SP drew direct inspiration from the design of this Ford Thunderbird generation. In the 1956 model year, improvements were made, including additional trunk space, exterior mounting of the spare wheel, and enhanced cabin ventilation. The 57 model showcased further refinements in design, including a reshaped front bumper, larger grille and tail fins, and larger tail lights. Notable options include dial-o-matic, four-way power seats and higher performance versions of the 312 engine, with superchargers producing up to 340 horses. Moving on to number 7, the 1970 Plymouth Barracuda. The Plymouth Barracuda, a two-door pony car manufactured by Chrysler Corporation from 1964 to 74, underwent notable transformations through its 3 generations. The first gen, from 64 to 66, shared the Chrysler A-body platform with the Plymouth Valiant, featuring a distinctive fastback design with wraparound rear glass. The second gen, spanning from 67 to 69, maintained the Valiant base but underwent significant redesigns, offering fastback, notchback, and convertible versions. The third generation, introduced in 1970 and lasting until 74, marked a departure as it adopted the Chrysler E-body platform, exclusive to the Barracuda and the Dodge Challenger. The 1970 Barracuda, a complete redesign by Johnny Hurlitz, severed its ties with the Valiant, featuring a shorter, wider version of Chrysler B platform named the E-body. For the 1970 and 71 models, the Barracuda lineup included the base Barracuda, the luxury-oriented Grand Coupe, and the sporty Cuda. The Barracuda Coupe, introduced mid-year 1970, offered a low-end model with a 198 cubic inch slant 6 as the base engine, catering to a wider audience. The engine options for 1970 and 71 were diverse, featuring a slant inline 6 engine, V8s like the 318 CID, and powerful options for the Cuda, including the 340 cubic inch AAR 6-barrel, 440 cubic inch Super Commando, and the formidable 426 cubic inch Hemi. The E-body's larger engine bay facilitated the release of Chrysler's 426 cubic inch Hemi for regular retail. The 71 Barracuda did witness slight changes, introducing a new grille, taillights, and a distinct fender grills on the Cuda model. Notably, the Shaker hood, elastomeric-colored bumpers, and Spicer-built Dana 60 rear axle were inclusive options in 1970 and 71, adding to the Barracuda's allure. Number 6. The Ford Mustang Boss 249. Hailed as one of the rarest and most valued muscle cars, the Boss 429 holds a special place in automotive history. Initially developed to homologate the 429 semi-hemispherical engine for NASCAR racing, it became an iconic road-going Mustang with unique features and a powerful engine. The origin of the Boss 429 lies in Ford's pursuit to compete with Chrysler's 426 Hemi at NASCAR. NASCAR's rules mandated the production of at least 500 cars fitted with the engine for public sale. Consequently, Ford chose the Mustang to house the engine, resulting in the birth of the Boss 429. The engine itself evolved from the Ford 385 series, featuring 4-bolt main caps, a forged steel crank, and connecting rods. The aluminum cylinder heads with a semi-hemispherical combustion chamber known as the Crescent utilized this dry dock method for enhanced strength and cooling. The engine came standard with a single Holley 4-barrel carburetor, and 1970 models received a solid lifter camshaft and improved dual exhaust. Due to the massive size of the Boss 429 engines, modifications were necessary to fit it into the Mustang. Carcraft, an experimental facility, was contracted to modify 4-speed Cobra Jet Mustangs for this purpose. Production involved initial assembly at a Ford plant, followed by shipping to Carcraft for engine installation and further adjustments. To address the car's nose-heavy design, the battery was relocated to the trunk and a rear sway bar was added for better handling. The Boss 429 featured an oil cooler for high RPM and endurance, a manually controlled hood scoop for denser air intake, and a 3.91 ratio rear axle with a traction lock limited slip diff. In terms of performance, the Boss 429 had 375 brake horsepower at 5,200 RPM and 450 pound-feet of torque at 3,400 RPM. Period dynamometer testing supported Ford's ratings, showcasing the car's impressive power. And it just looks cool too. Number 5. The 1971 DeTomaso Pantera. The DeTomaso Pantera, a mid-engine sports car produced from 1971 to 1992, quickly became popular models from the Italian manufacturer DeTomaso. With its name translating to mean panther in Italian, over 7,000 units were manufactured during its 2-decade production span, with a significant portion sold by American Lincoln Mercury dealers between 72 and 75. Designed by Carrozzeria Ghia's American-born designer Tom DeHarda, the Pantera replaced the Mangusta, introducing a shift from a steel background chassis to a steel monocoque design. The car debuted in Modena in March of 1970 and made its first appearance at the 1970 New York Motor Show shortly after. The 1971 Pantera was powered by a 5.8-liter Ford Cleveland V8 engine, delivering about 330 horsepower. Equipped with a ZF transaxle, power-assisted four-wheel disc brakes, and rack and pinion steering, the Pantera demonstrated impressive performance, accelerating to 60 in under 5.5 seconds. In 1972, the Pantera GTS, developed for Group 3 racing, was introduced for the European market. It featured a more powerful engine with 350 horsepower, wider wheels, aggressive steering rack setup, ventilated disc brakes, and a distinctive matte black body elements. For the American market, Ford began importing the Pantera in late 1971. The initial 75 cars, known for their push-button door handles, were European imports with hand-built Vignale bodies. A total of 1,007 cars reached the United States that year. Modifications for the 1972 model year included a new 5.8-liter 4-bolt main Cleveland engine, adapted to meet U.S. emission standards. The 1972 Lusso Pantera L featured a large black single front bumper, and improvements addressed issues from earlier models. The 73 Pantera earned accolades as a Road Test Magazine's Import Car of the Year, outperforming competitors from Ferrari, Maserati, Lamborghini, and Porsche. Subsequent mods and updates were made to enhance the Pantera's features and fix previous problems, solidifying its position as an iconic sports car. Number 4, the 1965 Shelby Cobra. Ooh, the Shelby Cobra. This was born out of a collaboration between British AC Cars and American Ford. It became an automotive legend with a lasting impact on the muscle car era of the 1960s and 70s. Conceived in 1962 by Carroll Shelby, the CSX 2000 marked the beginning of this iconic sports car's journey. Shelby combined the AC Ace's body and chassis with Ford's small block V8 engine, creating a potent blend of American power and British design. The CSX 2000, the sole Cobra for the initial 5 months, underwent rigorous testing, enduring breakdowns and many failures. Despite its challenges, the car's resilience solidified that legacy, making it one of the most sought-after vintage sports cars at auction. In 2014, Shelby America celebrated the Cobra's 50th anniversary with a limited edition of 50 original 427 Shelby Cobras, emphasizing the enduring allure of this classic model. Carroll Shelby's vision for a V8-powered two-seater sports car began in 1961, when he approached AC Cars to modify their AC Ace. The modified Ace, known as the AC Ace 3.6 prototype, became the first Shelby Cobra, marking the start of a significant legacy. Shelby's racing background, influenced by European GT racing, shaped the Cobra's trajectory. After a successful racing career, he built the CSX 2000 on a modest budget, showcasing impressive performance with a 4.2-second 0-60 time and a top speed of about 150 miles an hour. The Cobra quickly outpaced Corvette Stingrays and achieved notable victories in races like the SCCA Divisional, 12 Hours of Sebring, and the 24-Hour of Le Mans. Between 1962 and 1965, 654 small block Cobras were produced. Shelby's ingenious combination of American muscle and British chassis created a timeless sports car. In 2016, CSX 2000, the inaugural Shelby Cobra, made history by setting an all-time auction record at an RM Sotheby's auction for an American car, fetching $13.75 million, including auction fees. While this record was later surpassed in 2018 by a Duesenberg SSJ at $22 million, it underscores the immense value and desirability that Shelby holds among collectors. Number 3, 1938 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. So Bugatti, established in 1909 by Ettore Bugatti, an Italian-born industrial designer, he was a renowned high-performance car manufacturer based in Molsheim, Alsace. Celebrated for stunning design and race victories, Bugatti's legacy includes iconic models like the Veyron and the Type 35 Grand Prix, Type 41 Royale, Type 57 Atlantic, and Type 55. They're among their most well-known automobiles. In 1987, an Italian entrepreneur revived Bugatti as a Modena-based manufacturer of limited production high-end sports cars. The Bugatti Atlantic Type 57 SC, particularly the Type 57 SC Atlantic Coupe, stands out as an iconic, elegant, and sought-after vintage vehicle. Built between 1936 and 1938, only 4 were produced, with 3 surviving today. The 4th, chassis number 57453, was lost after its original owner's death. The Bugatti Atlantic's rarity and technological advancements contribute to its extraordinary value. Chassis number 57374, auctioned in 1971 for $59,000, set a record as the world's most expensive car at the time. The Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic gained further prominence when it became the world's most expensive car, selling for over $30 million at a 2010 California auction. Designed by Jean Bugatti, its low-slung aluminum body showcases advanced technology way ahead of its time. As of July 2021, the elusive fourth Atlantic model, if found, could command upwards of $113 million at auction, adding another layer of Bugatti's history. Number 2. The 1968 Dodge Charger. In the early 1960s, Chrysler ventured into the specialty car market with the Dodge division, introducing the mid-size B-bodied sporty car, the Charger, to fill the gap between the Ford Mustang and the Ford Thunderbird. Launched in the mid-1996 model year in response to competitors like the Rambler Marlin, Ford Mustang, and Plymouth Barracuda, the Charger aimed for a fastback look while leveraging the existing company hardware and incorporating lessons from the luxury coupe Chrysler 300. The 66 Charger marked a departure from Dodge's mainstream cars with its radical fastback design. In the 1968 model year, the entire B-body lineup underwent a redesign, further distinguishing the Charger from the Dodge Coronet models. Designed by Richard Cias and Harvey J. Wynn, the new model featured Coke bottle styling, characterized by curves around the front fenders and rear quarter panels. The rear end showcased a kick-up spoiler appearance inspired by Group 7 racing vehicles, replacing the previous fastback roof with a flying buttress, akin to the 1966-67 Pontiac GTO. Inside, several downscalings were evident, including a fixed rear bench seat, a vinyl mat in the trunk area, and the absence of a center armrest. The electroluminescent gauges were replaced with a conventional design, and the tachometer became optional. The mid-year replacement of the standard 5.2-liter V8 with Chrysler's basic 3.7-liter Slant 6 reflected further streamlining of options. Introduced mid-year in 1968, the high-performance Road and Track package became a defining feature. Standard with the previous year's 440 Magnum engine, the optional 426 Hemi, the Charger RT positioned itself as one of Chrysler's top muscle cars. Chrysler's marketing campaign, the Scat Pack, featured a cartoon bee with an engine on its back, and Charger RT, along with other models, received distinctive bumblebee stripes as part of this promotion. The Charger RT did gain additional fame through the 1968 film Bullitt, where it was involved in a notable car chase sequence with the 1968 Ford Mustang GT. The film contributed to the Charger RT's popularity, and overall 1968 Charger sales reached over 96,000 units, including over 17,000 Charger RTs. Number 1. The Jaguar E-Type. The Jaguar E-Type, introduced in 1961, is a classic sports car that's left an enduring legacy in automotive history. Designed by Malcolm Sayer, the E-Type drew inspiration from the D-Type race car and featured a sleek and aerodynamic design. The E-Type, also known as the XKE in the United States, was initially launched as a convertible and later introduced a fixed-head coupe version. It quickly gained fame for its performance, stylish design, and competitive pricing. The design of the E-Type is characterized by its long hood, distinctive headlights, and curvaceous body. The Series 1 models in particular are celebrated for their elegant and iconic design. The Series 1 E-Type, produced from 1961 to 68, is considered the purest expression of the model. It features covered headlights, a monocoque body, and a 3.8-liter inline-six. The top speed of the Series 1 E-Type is around 150 miles an hour. The Series 2, manufactured from 68 to 71, underwent some design modifications. The covered headlights were replaced with open headlights and the grille was enlarged. The Series 3, produced from 71 to 75, marked a shift with the introduction of a 5.3-liter V12 engine. The Series 3 was available both as a coupe and a convertible. The Jaguar E-Type had left a mark on the automotive world. It's hailed as one of the most beautiful cars ever made. Its combination of performance and aesthetics has solidified its status. The E-Type has made numerous appearances in pop culture, notably in movies like Austin Powers, Baby, and The Italian Job. Its timeless design and association with the 1960s era continues to make it a sought-after classic. Don't just take my word for it, though. In various automotive lists and rankings, the Jaguar E-Type consistently secures a place amongst the greatest cars of all time. Its inclusion in lists celebrating iconic designs, powerful engines, and overall impact on the automotive landscape attests to its enduring popularity. Even Enzo Ferrari himself described the E-Type as the most beautiful car ever made when it was launched. And I have to agree, it's gorgeous. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you to our channel members.